Hi everybody. I think we're all live now. So don't worry, we have got a guest. It's not just me rattling on for 30 minutes, but welcome to our fourth installment of our virtual coffee and chat with me, Anna. For those who haven't caught one of our sessions before, we host a virtual coffee and chat on Facebook and YouTube to kind of keep you guys up to date on what the Children's Society are up to, how we're working with young people and children, and just really a general chat with some really cool guests. So please keep your suggestions coming in about who you'd like to hear from, what you'd like to chat about, and just really generally how you're getting on, because these are for you, these are for warm supporters, these are for anybody really, and so we just kind of want to hear more from you guys, but like I said, welcome to everybody, and please do send in your suggestions, but this week we are talking about the wonders of fundraising. So fundraising relies upon people like you guys going out to your community, doing fun things, possibly outdoors and together really, but for obvious reasons, this has all had to come to a stop. So we've previously mentioned that there's a huge income gap across the charity sector because this income gap would have previously been filled by outdoor events such as the London Marathon. So what are we doing about it? How do you guys support us? How do we keep you guys involved with fundraising? And how do we keep filling the gap to help keep supporting the vulnerable? Well, we've had to adapt, and you guys have actually been a source of some incredible stories of hope, but also some really fun ideas. So I'd like to introduce our first guest. Hopefully this works out. So Amanda, hopefully will come up on screen soon. Hi, Amanda.
Hi. Hi.
So Amanda is one of those exact people who I've just spoken about. Incredible fundraiser. So in case people haven't realised or heard about it, Amanda actually did a sponsored head shave, which, can I just say, you look absolutely incredible. I think if I did a head shave,
Thank you.
I think I'd look like a potato, to be honest. It's incredible. But please tell me, what inspired you? Like, how did you think of doing a head shave, really?
Well, I have shaved my head before in the past, but not for a lot of years. And I thought I would like to do it one more time a few years ago. And there's never really been an opportunity. Being a hairdresser, my hair was a total mess. I was really fed up, and I thought, right, now's the time to shave it.
Yeah, that's really cool, because people tend to kind of think, oh, we can only do fundraising if it's completely out of my comfort zone, like completely. But it's not really about that. It's just kind of what you kind of already want to do, whether that is you've always wanted to jump out of a plane, or whether you've always actually wanted to shave your head. It's kind of a simple idea, but a huge commitment. So how have you been able to kind of share your story, and was it easy to do fundraising for it?
It was actually a lot easier than I thought. So no sooner had I said I was going to do it, and I would do it for charity, my daughter had set me up with a page on Facebook. So there was no way out then. I had to do it. I couldn't change my mind. Yeah, it was really easy to set it up.
Oh, perfect. That is commitment. I think, especially getting your kids involved, there's no way out then.
No, there was no way out. She had the page set up within an hour of me mentioning it.
Oh my God. Did you do it through Facebook then?
We did it through Facebook, yeah. And then obviously just shared it and invited friends. So it was all friends and family and clients, as I'm a hairdresser, who have all donated, and it's been absolutely amazing.
That's incredible. Like, it's just kind of I hear a lot from people who want to fundraise going, oh, nobody nobody would really donate. I feel a bit embarrassed sharing it on Facebook or social media, but you didn't really feel like that, did you? Or
No, initially we thought, oh, we'll raise about £100. Within an hour of sharing it on Facebook, I had the £100, and that's like, wow, I've got to do it now. And then the money just carried on coming in, which was quite amazing. So it's nearly £600 now.
oh, that's incredible. We'll
Mhm.
definitely post the link in the group so anybody else can
Yeah,
donate if need be. But
lovely.
were you like kind of quite nervous before you did it?
Yes, I was half changing my mind because I've never let my daughter near me with a pair of clippers before. But I had to do it. She
Oh,
was just really excited to get the clippers into my hair, to be honest.
did you just go straight for a one all over, or did you like cut your hair before? I've never done it before.
Straight number one. It wasn't long, but it was far too long for me. So not long like yours. But yes, she went straight down the middle. So I had no other option.
I think that's the thing. You've kind of got to go all out for it, don't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that is incredible, and I think everybody's already commenting saying well done, and I'm probably saying it for
Thank you.
everybody, but you look incredible.
Thank you.
So well done. But we will post the link so more people can donate. But
That's lovely.
thank you so much, and thanks for sharing your story with us.
Right, thank you.
Thanks, Amanda. So Amanda, incredible fundraiser. But like we've said, like kind of a few normal physical fundraising events have had to be cancelled. But like Amanda, that hasn't stopped you guys from adapting. So we actually shared on our Twitter page a few weeks ago about an incredible 6-year-old called Ivy who completed a 30-minute walk on a treadmill to raise money for us. I think she's just incredible because I think her mum said that she normally hates walking, but Ivy actually wanted to do it herself. She's the one who came up with the idea. So I think that's amazing. And I think so far it's gone over £300. So again, we will post the link about that. But I'm sure kind of a few of you have heard about the 2.6 challenge. So that was organised by kind of the creators of the Virgin London Marathon, Park Run, etc. And it was kind of a way to help charities reach out to their supporters. It was quite inspiring to see how many people came up with challenge events that involved the number 2 and the number 6. So I just want to kind of do a little bit of a shout out to some great people who did it in aid of us. So we have Dara, who's the director of children and young people. And she raised over £1,000 getting all her friends and family to do a dance-a-thon, which the video is hilarious. I will definitely post that later. But that's just, you can never get me to do that, to be honest. We have Nikki Groke. Sorry if I've got that name wrong. But she's the Archdeacon of Dudley Diocese of Worcester. She was meant to be running the marathon for us on Sunday, but instead she has chosen to run 2.6 hours on Sunday instead, which is just amazing, really, to still get that inspiration and drive behind it. So again, I will share that fundraising link. And last but not least, 2 other marathon runners for us, Dora and Chris. So they were meant to be running the marathon for us. And as you can see, Dora and Chris are both dressed in nurse scrubs, like NHS kind of uniform. So Dora works for the disease ward at St James's Hospital in Leeds. So she wanted to do something extra special. So she went all the way around her hometown in Horsforth. Yeah, you can tell I'm not very good at pronouncing names. But yeah, she went around with her little accordion. huge accordion, and Chris walked around with her to raise money. So they've been doing an incredible job. So again, we'll share the link, but they've just done just incredible work, like to kind of have that ambition and determination to still do it, even though you might be a bit disheartened because you've been training for so long for the marathon. But because thanks to guys like you, we're still going to give you ideas, we're still going to give you opportunities to fundraise for us, because without you guys and with you kind of your hope, we won't get anywhere really. So thank you guys. But I want to kind of introduce you to our next segment. So some people might be like, I'm not a runner, I can't bake, I don't really like doing any form of exercise, and they might like to sit actually playing games instead. Well, this is the opportunity for you. So hopefully I can introduce you to Kirsten.
Hi everyone.
So Kirsten's here to talk all about a new project that she's working on, which is called Jana, which stands for You Are Not Alone. This could be an incredible fundraising tool, but also something that can bring communities together virtually, which is great for now. So can you tell me more about Jana, really?
Yeah, sure. So it's a massively exciting project, and I'm super excited to share with you today about what it is. We've been doing a lot of exploring about how we look at generating income for the Children's Society and donations in other ways. So very much aside from our traditional fundraising mechanisms, I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with. And one of the areas that's really coming up strong is around gaming and using gamers and influencers and people who stream, even people who like to watch games, to think about how they can actually participate in giving to charities. And that might be in different ways. They could donate their money, they could give their time, they could sign a campaign. And so really the idea of Jana, we have a number of connections across the gaming industry, and had some conversations about whether we could do something that brings together people across the world. So this is a global thing, who are feeling isolated, maybe fearful, maybe very lonely, and give them a different way of connecting, maybe that they possibly not used to, or are, for those that do game online, or that just enjoy sitting around a board game maybe, and a different way of interacting and connecting people. So the idea of Jana was born, and essentially it's off the back of the coronavirus pandemic, where I said people were feeling just completely isolated, stuck in households, maybe not really used to being in proximity with other people and their families in particular for so many hours in the day. And the idea really is to get people along to 24 hours of gaming, or is it 24 hours of gaming, with about 20 different games you can participate in and watch. And there's a schedule for each of the games. There'll be different people playing. You can register to participate. You can even just click on a live stream link and actually watch people play the games. So there's multiple opportunities for people to get involved, no matter who you are, whether you love gaming or not, whether you just want to be a spectator, and also whether you want to donate. So it's very exciting. It's something very different for the Children's Society to be doing.
It is so different. When I saw it being advertised, I was like, I'm a bit confused, because I thought I've only ever thought of traditional fundraising, which is doing physical activities, and then I thought, yeah, I mean, this is kind of the future, especially like you said, that currently it's not only people want to do things for charity that's increasing, but it's also people are kind of not feeling connected anymore. Because like you said, they've been going weeks, months without seeing family members or loved ones.
Yep.
So I automatically got attracted to that. But then automatically I was like, I've never played an online game before. I think I used to play, I played Candy Crush, and I think there was something when I was a kid about penguins.
Yes, Kinguin probably. Yes, yeah,
that's it. So is there any official kind of games that are going, like, that people can join along with then?
Absolutely. So I'll give you a sort of rundown of the types of games, and there's games for everybody, and they can be played across different platforms. So you don't need to have an Xbox or a PlayStation or even a PC to play. You can play on your mobile too. A lot of them, the games actually facilitate for that. The games range for everything from Uno. So everybody loves Uno, the card game. There's a mobile version of that. Some of the more old school games like Tekken and Mortal Kombat. There's also the kind of more modern games and popular games like Fortnite and Counter-Strike, and also Sims. So for those that enjoy that kind of thing of doing actions and getting rewarded for that. So there's multiple games that you can either participate in and, like I said, watch. You need to register for those. So you can get a personalized schedule, which includes all of the games you're participating in, as well as the links to games that you want to watch, and they'll be done live streamed on Facebook Gaming and Twitch, which are both platforms which live stream people playing games essentially. And you can do that on the jana.gg site. So that's essentially where all of this information sits, and where you'll be able to register and participate. What will be happening as well is that people will be encouraged to donate throughout the day. So for instance, we will have a person who plays a game called League of Legends who will be playing on behalf of the Children's Society, and people will be donating to watch the person take handicaps in the game essentially. So, you know, play without this set of armor or lose that warhammer, and we see how good you are then, you know, kind of thing. So you can donate, and there'll be prompts to donate as the games go through. We'll also be running a series of mini games on Minecraft. So for those of you that don't know Minecraft, your kids might love it, but really it's a game about crafting and creating and building in different worlds. So it really taps into the imagination, which is fantastic for young people, but also for people of all ages to actually to grasp that and to get into it and to just let their imaginations free. So there'll be a series of mini games, and players will be prompted to donate to play with that. And then we also have a really exciting competition, which I can talk about in a little bit, which is around dancing. We've just been talking about dancing and the 2.6 challenge. So yeah, it's a very different way of being challenged, but same old thing. Just get your boogie boots on and have a go at it.
That sounds amazing. I mean, you've got something for everybody then, because you've got something for the avid gamer, like, you know, Fortnite. Like, kids love Fortnite at the moment. But then also you've got stuff like I've seen someone comment saying how much they love Uno, which I've only actually recently got into. But it's so good. Yeah, because then it kind of reaches all ages, but also if it kind of, especially if you've got young children or you've got teenagers, it might be quite a nice idea to get them involved and realizing how they can also kind of be part of a movement for charities, really.
Yes. And I think that's one of the things we'd like to accomplish, I think, through this is not just kind of connecting people across the world. So, for instance, my brother and I are both gamers, which is why I love this. It's kind of like my bread and butter, and I get so excited about it. But we've been playing for many years, a couple of different games, and we kind of connect over the weekend sometimes and just play together and have a laugh together and mix with other people when we're playing online. And so it's doing that, but also for families and households, people in the same house, it might be a way of connecting the generations. So for instance, you know, where you have a lot of young people who are playing games like Fortnite and Counter-Strike and the really hardcore gamer stuff, you know, many parents maybe don't understand what draws young people to these games and why they're so important to them, and why their online communities and friends online are so important to them. And I think for parents to be able to see that in action happening in a public place, I think is quite important to the young people, you know, on various levels, but also important to, for instance, the parents or carers that are watching what they're doing. Similarly with a game like Minecraft, where young people are creating things, you know, they're letting loose their imaginations and they're doing something very constructive. It's great great for parents to see that that's what they're doing and building, and they're essentially building life skills that they can take with them into the job market, into their schooling, into their social lives, essentially, which is really important. So I think in terms of connecting families and people in households, in terms of their interest in their friends and what they do outside of their everyday interactions, I think that's a really nice thing to be able to do as a family. And I think particularly when you might be getting on each other's nerves and maybe sick of working from home and you're tired, this is a really great way to energize people and bring it together and just have fun and just play. We can't go outside, really. We can't do the things that we normally do to find entertainment and enjoy it. So this is just a different way of doing it, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's really important, is that too often people just feel that they've got to do like a huge challenge to fundraise. But no, the most important and the most successful fundraisers are the ones who have fun, because as a supporter, don't you?
Yeah.
We've got a few questions which have come in. So can you please kind of explain more about how the donate to play works, and how money is kind of raised at the end?
Sure. So as I said, we have the full event, so the full schedule, and Jana have very, very kindly set up a Just Giving page for the Children's Society. So that link to donate is on their website. There's a button that you can click to donate, and it takes you directly to the Just Giving site. Similarly, that donate button will be put on each of the games or the events that are being scheduled, particularly the ones that are focused on the Children's Society. So people who are watching, within the blurb at the bottom of the stream, there'll be a link that you can click on, which will take you to the Just Giving page. And the people in game will receive a prompt to click on and take them to the Just Giving page. So that's the mechanism. And essentially all of the funding and donations will go through that one Just Giving page. So it's a single central point of donation, which is easy for us to then see how much the event has actually generated for us. And people then on the other side of it is on social media. Obviously, we wanting people, including influencers, participants, people watching, to be sharing this all over social media, whatever platform you want to follow the Children's Society and Jana, which is at 10 million gamers, I think it is. That's the tag on Instagram and Twitter, as well as using the hashtags that have set out for the event. So hashtag Jana, YANA. And in that way, we can see how many views and kind of spread this has really got, how far on socials and shares and likes and things like that, where it goes and who sees it. So those are the two things. And hopefully and because we're sharing the link, the Just Giving link all of the time, people will be able to donate directly from social media platforms as well. But if you want to get involved or are watching, please do share on social media if you can, on whatever platform the event, what you're watching, what you think about it, and obviously encouraging people to donate to the cause.
I think it really brings in the kind of the community feel. Like too often kind of gaming may get the wrong kind of reputation, because like you've previously mentioned, some parents or just anybody could think, yeah, but you're just behind a screen, you're not socializing with anybody. But actually kind of adapting to this new world we're living in, and actually the shareable aspect of it. So if you're on Instagram and you're watching something, or you're actually playing a game yourself with your mates, just by doing like hashtag Jana, that's incredible, because then I can then search for everybody else who's playing that, and you kind of feel a bit more in the community spirit of it, but virtually.
Yes, absolutely. And I think I have a really poignant story about online communities that I think might kind of bring this to life. And it was shared with me by one of my colleagues. There was a young boy who struggled very much socially. He was on the spectrum, so he was Asperger's, and didn't do very well in face-to-face social situations. So he went very much, kept to himself and started playing a game called World of Warcraft, which some of you might have heard. And he then built this whole online community of friends. So they used to play together every week. They formed what they call a guild, where you have different players, different characteristics, different personalities, and you kind of come together and you do missions essentially together, fighting different bosses and so on. His parents thought, well, why is he spending so much time on this game? We got very worried about him, tried to keep him off it, tried everything, without actually understanding what this game and what this online community did for the young man. He also had various other health complications, and unfortunately then when he was a teenager, he passed away from the health complications. And for a while, I think his online friends didn't actually know what had happened, because he hadn't disclosed to him that he had these health issues, and certainly couldn't socialize, couldn't feel he could socialize outside of it. Eventually, his dad decided to kind of figure out what all of this was about for him, and went onto the game that had been there and the legacy, and connected with these friends of the young man, and mentioned to them that they had planned a funeral service. And they were all over the world, so he didn't expect any of them to come, but just mentioned what had happened and spoke to them about it. Every single one of those friends in that guild turned up for this young man's funeral. I'm getting really teary now, because
gosh.
This is really powerful stuff. They traveled all across the world to come to him, because they'd been gaming with him for about 10, 11, 12 years, and had built a really strong friendship group around this game. And it was really the only place that this young man felt he could be himself, that he was accepted. He felt powerful, he felt empowered, he had a role to play. And they came across and they attended the funeral. I think the parents were really touched. They didn't necessarily have an idea of the impact that this had on the young man. And I think this is something that we're trying to promote. People always talk about the negative sides of gaming and, time spent on screens and, all of the things people are exposed to in video games today. But they don't necessarily look at the positive sides of how these online communities can really support people who might not be able to cope in everyday life with kind of the norms that society sets out. So I just wanted to leave that with you, because I think it's massively powerful in terms of what this can do and how it can connect people across the world.
I literally just got really teary then.
I've got a lump in my throat every time I talk about it. I get really upset, really touched by the story. It's massively powerful.
I think that's incredible, and I think that's what the Children's Society love doing, is bringing communities together,
Yes.
and kind of making a safe space for young people to talk about their problems, but also to know that they're being thought about, and we're constantly listening to them, trying to adapt to help them have the future that they've always dreamed of, whether that is a new way that maybe we don't understand yet, because we've not been in that position.
Yes.
So thank you so much for sharing that story. Really, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be touched by that story.
Listening, I know it was a long story, but I think very worthwhile, considering what we're trying to do here. So
definitely, that's amazing. We're nearly out of time, so just to let everybody know, we will post all the details about this, because I know some people have been asking more questions. Also, amazing people who have been commenting about what they've done. Jill has been walking over 26 miles with her dogs. Oh, Nikki's joined us about she ran for nearly 14 miles at the weekend. So, yeah, more than me. So I'd just like to say thank you, Kirsten, for joining us.
Thank you.
To everybody out there, keep safe, and I will be sharing everything that we've spoken about today. But I look forward to hearing next week about how everybody has joined in this weekend with gaming. So we'll be sharing those details later. I don't know what game I'm going to do yet, but I'm going to do something. I'll do something, and I need you guys to message in to say what you would like to hear from us in the future. Next week, we're going to be focusing more on young people, so we will let you know what we're going to be talking about then as soon as it's confirmed. But that is it from me. That is 30 minutes. So I hope you have a beautiful, well, it's not sunny, but an okay day. So talk to you later. Bye.